as some of you may know, I bought a new project. Yes, I know the box says Century, and that may not make this video very promising with Century's less than stellar history in the AK world, but given the fact that there's not a lot of info out there about this gun, I figured I'd do a quick down and dirty informal review on it. If any of you know me from Instagram or the Facebook AK pages, everyone knows that I am a huge fan of my NAC-9. This little gun has proven over and over again to be dead nuts reliable and is rather competitive in both the USPSA and UML matches that I shoot. So the NAC is cool and all, but with it being SBR'd, it really kind of put me in a tough spot for traveling to out-of-state matches and stuff and doing paperwork and waiting for the ATF to approve it. Frankly, I don't really have time for that. So I picked this up. This is the new Century Arms WASR-M. Aesthetically, first impressions are pretty much what you'd expect from a WASR. It's never going to be the prom queen, but you can guarantee it's going to be a lot of fun. It uses Century's normal balsa wood furniture, but it's fit pretty well. All the rivets look pretty decent. I mean, there's cast parts present, but it's a pistol caliber gun. The barrel is 17 and 5/8 inches long and is threaded half 28. One of the other things I found weird was that the front sight and quote-unquote gas block are held in place by roll pins rather than solid pins. But I guess maybe it's not such a huge deal considering the fact that this is a pistol caliber carbine. On the other side of the gun, there is an optics rail. I really wish that these had come with the railed top cover like that at the NAC. Don't know why they slacked off on that, but it is what it is. You got the normal standard tiny magazine button that the NAC has. But overall, again, aside from the weird Glock mag thing, it's a pretty decent looking gun. The gun uses standard AKM furniture. As you can see, it still has a full tang, and under the hood it is exactly the same as the pack and the NAC. They share the same short recoil spring and guide, and the buffer is still present. I know a lot of people are going to gripe about the gun having a buffer in it, but honestly, I've lost count of the amount of ammo I've put through my NAC. Running 115 grain Blazer, I don't really think the carrier has ever contacted it. Between carrier weight and spring rate of the recoil spring, the folks in Romania really knew what they were doing. And I think the buffer only exists to stop the carrier from over-traveling the fire control group while manually cycling. This being a blowback gun, the bolt is a rather stout piece, but it is rather nicely made. One gripe I have about these is the charging handle. JMac makes an awesome replacement for it. One other thing I'll mention is some folks have reported having firing pin issues with the NAC. Again, I've lost count of my round count, and I haven't had an issue yet, so fingers crossed. They will accept standard fire control groups, but as you can see, the hammer is a little different than the usual AK hammer. It is missing one side. In order to put a different fire control group in these, you do need to clip off the other side. One other thing I will mention is it uses a regular pistol style ejector. These screws do back out a little bit over time. I've made it a habit to check mine every 1,000 rounds or so. Just something to be aware of. Trunnion is machined, looks nicely made. And up front again, much like the NAC, standard AKM length handguards. I think that about covers it. I've already got a lot of parts coming for this thing, and I have some pretty exciting build plans for it. Follow me on Instagram at Kalashnikomp for more updates on this build, and thank you for watching.